Hey, it's Jessie. Today on the show, you know her as Pam from The Office. She's also one of the hosts of the incredibly popular podcast, Office Ladies. It's one of my favorites, Jenna Fischer.
They thought of me as a podcaster. Like if anybody asked them, what does your mom do?
Right.
She's a podcaster. She has a podcast.
This is Dinner's on Me, and I'm your host, Jesse Tyler Ferguson.
Today I'm at Ca del Sol in Toluca Lake. It's a lovely family-run restaurant, Italian, that's been serving up fresh pasta and homemade sauce since 1994. It's wrapped in a garden with a fountain and cabanas. You'd think you were somewhere in northern Italy and not a 5-minute drive from Jurassic World at Universal Studios. Okay, Jenna should be walking in any minute, so let's get to the conversation.
So we were talking about, my husband and I were just talking about, like, we're coming up on the third act of our lives.
Yes.
Let's
be honest.
Be real. Okay. Second act of my life was podcasting, raising my children. I'm still raising them.
Yes.
But then what is our third act? What do we do? What's our third act?
I mean...
and it's, for me, it's theater.
Okay,
theater.
So I met Sher, because I feel like the last time we saw each other in person was at the Taylor Swift Eras tour.
No.
No?
You're forgetting. We saw each other at Liberation.
Oh, that's right. I thought it was Taylor Swift. So that was one of the last times I saw you.
Her final show.
Her final show in Canada. Mm-hmm. But I met your daughter.
Yes.
This is where I'm going with this. So I met your daughter, who is, how old, tell me?
She's 12.
Okay, 12. This is what I want to ask you, because I'm still doing theater, and I have a 3-year-old and a 6-year-old. Mm-hmm. That schedule is so hard with kids.
Yeah.
I guess, how's your son?
He's almost 15.
Okay, so they're kind of out of the phase where, like, they need you at bedtime. Do you think?
It's harder at the age that you have kids.
Yes.
So I did a play at the Goodman last year. And it's much easier, I think, when your kids get older. All the things.
And the Goodman's in Chicago, right?
In Chicago.
And did your kids go with you?
So what was really cool was that the rehearsals started in the summer. So the whole family relocated for the end of summer, but then they had to go back.
Not the greatest time to have the whole family there when you're in rehearsals.
It can be hard, but my husband has family in Chicago.
Okay.
And so my kids did summer camps.
Oh.
So my son did like a music intensive camp. My daughter did a theater camp with her cousin.
Oh my God, they're in the arts.
They're
like
in
the
arts. Yes.
I love that. How do you feel about that?
I love it.
Okay, good. I feel like a lot of actor friends who I talk to who have kids, that they always want to know, it's like a game of chicken. Like, they want someone to be like, no, I'm cutting it off. Like, I'm not going to allow them. But, like, we all, like, want to support our kids, obviously, in whatever they love doing. But also, like, I assume your parents supported you. I know you went to college for theater.
They did. They were very supportive.
So, I mean, can you imagine not having that support? I mean, no.
No. I mean, I moved out to LA with a gal from my theater department.
As someone who loves theater, going to LA seems crazy to me. It seems like you would want to go to New York.
I had never been to New York before. I was 17 when I graduated high school, and then I was like 21 when I graduated college, and I was scared to go to New York. It felt overwhelming. Felt overwhelming to me. I did not visit New York till I was 26. And I remember the first time I walked down the street, I felt like in the ocean when the waves of people, I thought I was just going to get swallowed up.
Yeah.
It was so fast and it took me a little while to get used to it. And by that time I was already living in LA. So LA is like a big bunch of suburbs that really mirrored where I grew up in St. Louis.
Yeah.
It's a place you drive to get places. That's not a public transport. So I felt like I had the life skills for this city more than New York.
Hi, how are you?
Oh, hello.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
You.
Gotta put my peepers on.
We have a drink menu.
Oh.
Can I get you something to drink to start with?
Alcohol.
Ice water.
Ice water for you.
I would have sparkling water, please. Thank you so much. Have you eaten here?
I have. Have you eaten here?
I have not.
Okay, I have a story about this place.
Oh.
So when I first moved to LA, my parents were going to come visit me, and they said, we want to take you out to a nice meal while we're there. And they said, find a restaurant And so I asked, I'm like, I don't know any nice restaurants. Like, I have no money.
Yeah.
Like, where am I eating?
Yeah.
And so someone recommended this place. And I came here, and it was so cool because Adam West, the original Batman,
Yes.
was eating in a booth. And my parents were like, they couldn't believe it. They were like, well, we ate at a restaurant with Adam West.
In LA.
In Los Angeles.
Angeles.
Very fancy restaurant. And it was so sweet. And they have a lasagna here with a, how do you say it? Is it a bechamel?
Oh, yeah,
Bechamel?
yeah.
And I'd never heard of that before. I was like, I don't know what that is, but that was the most delicious sauce I'd ever eaten.
Do they still have it? Because
I
actually
don't
that
know.
sounds delightful.
I don't know if they still have it. Let's see.
I've made a bechamel sauce before.
Wow.
It's not the easiest thing to do. It's butter and
Yeah,
flour.
there it is.
You see it?
It's homemade lasagna with beef ragu and bechamel,
Bechamel sauce. I wonder if this menu's changed a lot since you were here with your folks.
I bet not.
I love that.
I bet it hasn't. And then whenever they would come in town, they would offer to bring me here.
That's really sweet.
We never spotted like another
That was it.
celeb.
I remember when my dad first, like when Modern Family was becoming big and I was getting recognized a lot, I kind of needed my parents to like see that part of it to like, so that they could comprehend how complicated sometimes it is being a part of a successful TV show.
Sure.
And you know, my dad had like questions about like, why are you having to do so many talk shows and tell personal stories? Like, he just wasn't. He was unsure of like just the rules around this career. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, maybe it'd be like good for him to like see me get basically like attacked by fans. Is what
Oh
I
my
was going
gosh, it was
for.
like your soap dish moment.
Yeah, basically,
with
it was
Sally Field.
exactly that.
I always think of that.
Totally. And so I was like, where can I go where it's like guaranteed? And there's
Yeah.
only been a few places where like, especially the early part of Modern Family, where it's like, oh, it was like a no-brainer. Like, you are going to get paparazzi'd if you walk in. I don't
Yeah.
think paparazzi is so much of a thing anymore. But like when
Yeah, I don't know.
we were, like, when The Office was on, I feel like certainly when Modern Family was on, it was like a thing. So I went to the Katsuya in Hollywood.
That was literally
What
the
were you
first
thinking?
place I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was like, well, you go to Katsuya
Well, you have to
in
go to
Hollywood.
Katsuya in Hollywood.
Yeah.
Nary a person.
No.
No one. So we walk in, literally no one. And it's the only time I've actually sought it out. So like, it was like, I want people to, I want my parents
Of course,
to be
that's the
freaked
time.
out by this. No one cared.
I have a very funny story from, gosh, I think it was, we were going back for season 2 of The Office. Me
Season 2.
and Angela and Kate and Phyllis from The Office.
Yes.
We decided we were going to have a ladies' lunch to celebrate getting picked up for season 2, and we were going to go to the Ivy, which is the other place that the paparazzi hang out.
Yeah, correct.
The
On
Ivy.
Robertson. Yeah, very, very classic.
Yes. So we requested a room on the patio.
Yes.
Yes. We got there. There was some problem. They put us in the back by the kitchen. We didn't get our patio seat. Fine, whatever. As we're leaving, the paparazzi come running. And we're like, it's happening. Oh my God, it's happening. Ah! And then they just run right past us down to take a picture of someone in Kitson.
I was going to say Kitson.
In Kitson, through the windows. So
It was
then
a Kardashian, for sure.
well, I'll tell you who it was. We asked. So they come back. This guy comes back looking at his camera, and we're like, we can still make this moment happen, right?
Yeah.
And so we say, oh, who was that? And they go, Jason Alexander. We're like, oh, Jason Alexander. Okay. Hey, Seinfeld. That's a big deal. That's pretty cool. And then Angela, bless her heart, she goes, well, we are from NBC's The Office.
Oh my God, I love this so much.
Okay. And the guy goes, are you serious? Are you serious? Can I give you my card? If you ever hear of anyone who's out and about, will you please call me?
No.
Anybody from NBC that you want me to feature, you just let me know.
They thought you were like the
From
office.
the offices of NBC. And we were like, yep, well, we gotcha. He's like, I'll pay you.
You immediately call. We're like, they're here at the Ivy. There's 4 of them at the Ivy.
Hello.
Hello.
You're looking at them.
Boop, 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 boop. Hello.
It was so funny. We laughed so hard about that.
That is ridiculously funny.
I never got the paparazzi chase.
You never got it.
No.
Even when the show is like getting it, it's...
At its peak, I was rear-ended by the paparazzi who were chasing Christina Ricci, and I had to get out of my car and exchange information with him, and he didn't take my picture. He did not recognize me. He literally rammed his car into my car.
That's amazing.
Yeah. They just don't see me or something. I mean, to knock on wood.
I feel like it's like one of those point of contact things. Because I've been out with Julie Bowen and I once where, I've told this story before, we were in an airport together. I don't know why we were traveling together, but it was just the two of us, and we were getting chased by some fans. And they finally stopped us, and they asked if they could take a picture, and I said, sure. They handed Julie the camera, and Julie took a picture of us. They said thank you to her, and went on their way.
That happens to me all the time when I'm with like Rain or John or Brian. They're so tall.
Yes.
And so they get spotted. And I've been with Rainn Wilson numerous times, and people have asked to take a picture, and they hand me the camera, and I take a picture of them with Rainn, and then they leave.
That's astonishing to me.
Yeah.
What about when you
know who I was hanging out with at the SAG Awards this year?
Who?
Was Connor Story.
Oh yeah, from Heat of Rivalry.
Yes, and everybody's wanting to take his picture, and a man came up to me and tapped me on the shoulder and said, "Are you his publicist? I'd love to get a photo with him." And I said, "I'm sorry, he can't do it." I was like, I need to get him to his car. I just full on pretended to be his publicist.
That's genius.
I was like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry. We gotta get
him somewhere.
I called his car already. I gotta get him, which was true. I knew he was waiting for his car.
You went into the mode. You're like, I will take the acting challenge.
I will do it.
Support for today's episode comes from Square. I spend a lot of my time in neighborhood cafes and restaurants, and one place I'm always popping into is my local Blue Bottle Coffee. They use Square, and every visit is just so easy. The line moves quickly, paying takes seconds, my receipt shows up instantly, and then I'm just out the door with my coffee. It's one of those little things you don't think about until you realize just how much smoother it makes the whole experience. I've noticed that's true at a lot of the restaurants we feature on this show, too. Square helps keep everything running behind the scenes, from orders and payments to online ordering, reporting, and team management. It's all in one system. So whether you're opening your first cafe or growing into your next restaurant location, Square grows with your business. If you're starting a business, or already running one and looking for better tools, Square helps you sell, manage, and grow without slowing down. Right now, you can get up to $200 off Square hardware when you sign up at square.com/go/JTF. That's SQUARE.com/GO/JTF. Run your business smarter with Square. Get started today.
So, we saw each other at the Taylor Swift concert.
Yes.
First of all, how incredible was that night
That
to be a
was
part of
nuts.
the last, in the audience for that last performance?
I made the movie.
You're in the movie?
Mm-hmm. For 1 second, if you freeze frame on this once, my daughter found it. She was watching. She's like, "Mom, you're in that movie."
That's incredible.
I know.
Just even having small brushes with Taylor Swift. For Gay Pride one year, Justin and I did a big fundraiser at the Stonewall Inn in New York. And she showed up and surprised the crowd. And the Stonewall is like a hole in the wall.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
and it's very small. The second floor where the venue was maybe seats, I'm going to guess, 80 people. And she was like, I'm absolutely there. I'm going to come. And she showed up. I think actually people were convinced that it was a female impersonator. Because they're like, why in the world would Taylor Swift actually be here? Pause that. Put a pin in it. Put a pin in it.
We have a chance.
Oh, God. What are you thinking?
I think I'm going to do the branzino.
My heart wants to eat light, but I really... Yeah. But I think I might do the lasagna.
Because of the bechamel sauce.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Do you want any salad or anything, or are you...
something.
If anything, I would maybe like split the Caesar.
Oh, I would do that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good here.
Yeah, let's split a Caesar.
Okay.
So Caesar salad to split, and then I'll get the branzino and the lasagna.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
And finish up the Taylor Swift
Yeah.
story. We had Stonewall. People were just convinced that it was not her that came in. As like this must be a female impersonator. They slowly realized that, oh my God, this is actually Taylor Swift. Anyway, she's so wonderful, so kind, like great. I don't know her well. I don't have her phone number. When she got married, the amount of people who called me to assumed I was going to the wedding
Because you had been in the video?
because I'd been in the video
Uh-huh.
was mind-boggling.
Yeah.
To the point where I was starting to get FOMO about it. Like, I never would have expected to be invited.
Yes.
Eric Stone Street actually was, because he and Travis Kelce have been friends since like way before he even met Taylor Swift.
Yes.
From being in Kansas together. So like,
Yeah.
they're old friends. So he was invited. And then that also confused people. Like, but Eric was there.
Yes.
Could not understand why. And so then I was like, to make it easier for them,
Yeah.
I was like, I'm working in London. Like,
Yeah.
I'm busy doing a show. So like,
Yeah.
I didn't say that that's the reason why I wasn't, but I was like, I wouldn't have been able to go.
Yeah. And she knew.
And she knew that.
She knew that.
She keeps up with my theater
Yeah.
schedule.
So she knew. She was like, oh, he's in London.
I won't even send the invite.
No. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Vina the sesame.
Thank you so much.
All right. And would you like some pepper?
I will take some
I
pepper,
would
please.
love some cracked pepper.
Let me know when you stop.
That's perfect. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Bon
So
appetit.
good. Thank you.
So my daughter was very excited to meet you because we were in the middle of a full Modern Family marathon. We watched from the first episode to the last episode. We were so sad when we reached the end.
Did you watch it when it was on initially?
I did.
You did, okay.
I did. But my kids hadn't seen it.
Right.
And we just love it. We love Modern Family with like all our hearts. And so she was so excited to meet you, and she has a picture of the two of you that
Yeah.
you took with her
Yeah.
up on her bulletin board in her room.
That's really
And she has a
sweet.
picture with Gracie Abrams from that night
Well,
too.
I mean, that was also very
Yeah.
exciting, yeah. So the Office ran for how many years? 8?
9 seasons.
That's a long time.
You guys were 10 or 11?
11.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was ending the show for you?
It was very emotional. You know, Steve had left after season 7. And when we got to season 9, like both Ed and Rain had some other things that they were doing, and so they couldn't even sign up for a whole season.
Oh, interesting.
And so John and I were kind of the last of the original main cast who had signed up for a full season 9. And it started feeling like, oh no, are we going to start like one by one kind of losing people? Mindy had moved on.
Right.
BJ had moved on. Mike Schur had moved on. So it was actually John Krasinski who said, gosh, it would be great if we could like call her out. If we could know that this is our last season and we could write toward that
Yeah.
and we can end it all together.
Yeah.
And so I think NBC would have liked to have had us stay another year, maybe. But we sort of said, let's all go out together. And so they wrote toward that ending. And there were aspects of it where I think we also felt a little like we were finished. We were curious about doing other things and stuff like that. But as an actor, having the security of a job for 9 years and having a schedule that you
The rarest
could
thing.
like know where you were going to be.
Yeah.
Like I just knew I was going to be in Los Angeles from July to April every year because that's when we shot The Office.
Yeah.
And that was an amazing thing. And that was jarring because now I had to go back to like cobbling together the work from various places and not being able to say if I can come to the Lake of the Ozarks this summer because I'm waiting to hear about a thing because I don't have this regular job anymore.
Right.
And so there was definitely an adjustment period after.
Yeah.
And then those were my best friends, and not just the cast, like the crew. We were very, very close to our crew and still are very close to our crew. And that was rough. But then I did do a series. I did Splitting Up Together, this series for ABC. I did it for 2 years. And the director was our former editor from The Office, Dean Holland. And he surprised me, and he hired the same sound crew. And so when I walked on set the first day and I saw
all these familiar faces.
Yes, Nick Carbone, who had been the boom operator and the man who mic'd me for all 9 years on The Office, I just started weeping. I was like, oh my God, it's Nick Carbone. And I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. And it just because we were so close.
Yeah.
And then it's weird because then you go to a job and like you're learning everybody's name and everybody's new.
Yeah.
And
to have those few familiar faces.
yeah.
Also, I feel...
And the trust.
Yeah. I do want to hear about your first job on camera, which, from my understanding, was a sex education video for
UCLA Medical Center.
Okay.
For patients upon their release from the hospital, I was told.
A sexual
It was a sex education.
misconduct?
No.
No?
It was about contraception and STDs.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, I got paid $100. I did my own hair and makeup and wore my own clothes.
Did you audition for this?
I did. It was like in the back of Backstage West.
Backstage.
So I had to mail a headshot in, and then I auditioned. And so let me set the scene for you.
Yeah.
I'm a young woman, I'm in the bathroom, and I'm getting ready to go on a date. And my sister walks in full medical scrubs and a stethoscope, because she is a doctor.
Uh-huh.
She wears her stethoscope at home.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just in case.
We just want you to know that she is
Yeah.
a doctor.
Just in case. Just in case.
Just in case.
Never know.
You don't know.
You need to hear someone's lungs.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And she says, you're like something like, you look great. Are you going on another date with such and such? And then I say, yeah, I think he might be the one. And she's like, oh. And she says something like, do you think you're going to have sex? And I say, well, I might. And she says, well, do you have protection? And I think this is what got me the role. My line was, protection? Protection from what? And she said, from pregnancy and sexually transmitted diseases. And I was like, I had never heard of these things. Never heard of either of these things.
The backstory is this woman has not lived on this planet.
No.
No.
She has no idea.
She has no idea.
So she opens up a drawer. She opens up the top drawer of my bathroom.
Okay.
I've apparently never opened this drawer
Yeah.
because in the drawer is every contraceptive device known to man, including an IUD that has to be implanted by your doctor. But so she goes through the drawer and she holds up each item, starting with like a condom or the birth control pill or a sponge or all of the
And
things.
explains all the things.
And explains all
what
of
they
them
do.
and what they do, and then like graphics comes up on the screen, and I'm just like,
So your
okay.
job is to be reactive.
Yes, I am.
You were the audience.
I'm the audience.
Yeah.
It's my forte. Yes. And so that was it. And that was it. And then eventually our brother comes in to the bathroom, and I can't remember why, but he had
He had to go. He was like, can you stop talking? There's only one bathroom here. I gotta go.
yeah. So that was my first paid acting job.
Oh my God, it's so good. It's such a good first acting job story.
Yeah, it was like an industrial.
Sure.
But my other first, my very first, within 72 hours of landing in Los Angeles job, my friend worked at Central Casting. And she called me and our mutual friend Brian, her name is Luda, called Me and Brian.
Wait,
And-
I'm actually not sure. Central casting is like
Yeah.
where like they get if you need like a plumber
background
type.
Background actors.
Background actors. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly.
But if you need like certain types, like we have all the like the burly guys. We have like
yes.
archetypes. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it's for all background work.
Okay.
And she was like, you guys, $100 a day, which was way higher than usual. Usually it's $50 a day. She's like, this is double because it's a special skill. It's considered special skill. I can get you both on this job, and it is a commercial for Jurassic Park the ride at Universal Studios. She goes, the thing is though, like it's double because it's a water ride, so you might get a little wet. We're like, oh my God, this is amazing. We're like, yes, sign us up. I'm like 72 hours in Los Angeles. I'm already on the Universal lot. I'm in a commercial. I'm basically going to be a huge star in about 4 weeks. Mom, Dad, I don't know if I can make it home for Thanksgiving because it's all happening.
It's all happening very fast.
Yes. So my friend Brian and I, we go to Universal Studios. As we're walking on the lot, we see Arnold Schwarzenegger playing basketball outside. He's shooting something. We're like,
It's all happening.
this is huge. We get to the water ride. I rode the Jurassic Park water ride
This is what I was already.
for 11 hours.
No, absolutely not.
11 hours. And they felt that the water that was naturally coming off of the ride, it wasn't reading. It wasn't reading on camera. So they had like guys with hoses that would spray us. But then there's like the big moment, and that wasn't reading. So they brought out something that I did not know existed, but it is called a water cannon. A water cannon. And it shoots what it sounds like, which is cannonballs of water.
Oh no.
And they just like
We need more.
The walk back to our car was so different than the walk to the ride. It was we were soaked. We had been soaked for 10 hours because
You got basically paid $9.79 an hour to get
Yes.
soaked.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a
But
rough one.
if you paused it just right, because this ran everywhere. This ran in movie theaters before
Did it?
movies, before Universal movies. Yes, it was on. Remember the old video cassette you'd get at Blockbuster
Sure.
to watch a movie? Okay, so they would
Yeah.
put this commercial on the beginning of Universal films, and if you paused it, I mean, for a while, I had that time code burned in my brain.
Yeah.
You could see half of me screaming. Just half of me.
And did you feel like, because obviously you just landed in LA,
I
like
just landed.
this is just the beginning
Yeah.
of so many big things.
Yeah, I mean, it's all up from here.
It's all up from, oh God.
Yeah, and then nothing happened until said sex education tape.
Right.
Yeah.
And how did you survive here?
I was a temp, so
Okay.
I worked as an administrative assistant and receptionist
Oh, interesting.
for 8 years until I got my job on The Office. So I went from being an actual
Well, you had that-
receptionist
you had
to
that-
playing one on TV.
You had that job until you actually.
I managed to quit that job about 1 year before The Office.
Wow,
So
you went right up to it.
Yeah, so I was finally making a living as an actor through like pilots and enough guest star appearances that I was able to finally quit my day job about 1 year before The Office. But I wore my real clothes. Like when they said, come, I knew the British show. And Alison Jones, the casting director,
Yes.
she was like, listen, Jenna, I'd had a relationship with her for about 5 years. She'd been calling me in little by little. Sometimes I got a part, sometimes I didn't. She called me in for this, and I knew her, and she said, please do not come in and try to be funny. Do not wear a bunch of makeup. Do not look hot. Like, that was never the note. The note was always like, you're playing a pediatric nurse, but hot.
Yeah.
But hot. So she was like, don't like wear a bunch of makeup and dare to bore me. That was her note. Dare to bore me. And I was like, you got it. I'm ready. And I came in and I didn't wear any makeup and I scrunched my hair the way I used to for work. I took like when I would go to my day jobs, I spent like 0 time on my outfit and hair and makeup. And I was like, that's how Pam feels.
Yeah.
So I just did that. And then I ended up wearing, actually, the shirt that I auditioned in. They said, will you bring that and wear that in the pilot? So I wore like my real receptionist shirt in the pilot.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, and also, you know, I am such a fan of blooper reels, but like you all, and people always ask us like, how do we keep a straight face? And there are some really, really hilarious things that happened on camera that I'm like, I don't know how we got through that.
Well, we wouldn't get through it, right? I'm sure, right? And then like eventually you get enough, and then they are able to edit it together.
Put it together.
But yeah.
I mean, also though, I feel like your bloopers more so than any other that I've seen, that they went blue really fast, like filthy.
Well, probably the most famous like improvisation that none of us knew was happening except for Steve and Oscar is the kiss and Gay Witch Hunt.
Oh right.
So all Michael was supposed to do was hug Oscar to prove that he's not like offended by Oscar being gay.
Yeah.
And
Can I take over?
yes, thank you.
Thanks.
So he's supposed to hug Oscar, but then he's trying to hug Oscar, and Oscar's like, you know what, Michael, did you ever consider I don't want to hug you?
Yeah.
I don't want to touch you because you're small and you're a terrible man and all these things and you're just an awful person. And then Michael starts crying, and then Oscar's like, it's okay, I'm sorry, and like, we'll hug it out. And they were just supposed to hug, and then that was the end of the scene.
Lasagna,
Oh,
that's for you.
Thank you.
that's for you.
Branzino.
Yes. Oh,
Hello,
thank you. Look at
friend.
that.
Would you like Parmigiano?
Sure, I'll take some. Yeah, thank you.
Look at that crispy spinach.
Ooh, thank you very much. That's great.
Buon
Thanks.
appetito.
Thank you.
Thank you. But then what we didn't know was that outside, Oscar and Steve, I think it was Steve, suggested to Oscar, I think I should like come in for a kiss. And Oscar was like, oh my God, that's so funny. So we're expecting the whole scene to end. And then all of a sudden, Michael's like, I think one more thing. And Oscar's like, please don't. And he's like, I think I'm gonna. And the great thing about Steve Carell was that when he would get an idea for an improvisation, like when I would think of an improvisation, I would just say my improvisation. Like I wouldn't understand like the added comedy of like
Surprising other people.
having the realization, wait for it, and then stick the landing.
Yeah.
And that's what he was so good at. Because we all were like, wait, where is he? He's not. He is. Oh my God. Oh my God.
So they're getting all that too.
Yes, so you get all of that too. He doesn't just go in to kiss Oscar, you know? And so you're like, oh God, Michael, please stop.
Tell me about, because I do love The Office Ladies, and I think I can imagine that it must have been such a gift to be able to go back in and revisit the show with someone that was obviously so close to you and had experienced that thing with you, and kind of look at it from another perspective.
Mm-hmm. After The Office, I did a few jobs. I did some theater. I did a couple of television shows.
Did you do the Neil LaBute play, right?
I did. I did a Neil LaBute play.
Directed by Neil LaBute, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And I
question
did
about that.
Meteor Shower. Was in the first production of that before it moved to Broadway.
Right.
And
That was Steve Martin?
Steve Martin
Yeah.
comedy, yeah. And then I did a couple of television shows. I did this show that was based in London, and then I did Splitting Up Together. And it was during Splitting Up Together, which I really loved that cast so much. But the hours were so intense. It was like 65, 70 hours a week. You know, it was like really, really hard. And my kids were very small. And I just decided after that being like the lead of a television show or even a regular on a television show was not going to be a fit for me anymore. So when that show was canceled, that's when I that's when I pivoted into podcasting with Angela. And that afforded me a lifestyle with both a steady income, and also I was now at every school drop-off, every school pickup, every teacher conference, every concert. I didn't have to beg someone to go to the Halloween parade. You know,
Right.
it was like I was the agent of my own time, the architect of my own time, so to speak. And that was great. As a result, my kids, when, you know, because they were so little when that change happened, they thought of me as a podcaster. Like, if anybody asked them, what does your mom do?
Right.
Oh, she's a podcaster. She has a podcast. They didn't understand what my podcast was about.
Right.
You know, it's called Office Ladies. It's with her best friend, Angela.
Oh my God. Wait, I want to ask about Nimrods because I am obsessed with Green Day.
Oh, yay.
Love.
You're going to love the movie.
I'm so excited to see it.
So the movie is about a young teenage punk band who gets pranked into believing that they are going to open for Green Day on New Year's Eve if they can get from Kansas City to Los Angeles in 3 days.
Yeah.
And so many vehicles later, many adventures later, they slowly make their way across the country. And like, for example, I guess, I can't remember how they got it, but the real Green Day, they drove a bookmobile as their tour van in their
Okay.
early days. They got like some bookmobile that they transformed into a tour van.
God, a bookmobile, that really takes me back.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
So for the movie, Lee was like, oh, we're going to make it an ice cream truck. So these
Yeah.
teenagers are driving this ice cream truck across the country. And like Mike had this puppet, this orange puppet named Gravy that would do puns and bad jokes, like that would drive the guys crazy. So Lee kind of put that in the movie.
Yeah.
So there's like these little Easter eggs, but like you don't have to know these things in order
Right.
to enjoy the movie. But if you are a Green Day fan, they're there for you.
I love that.
Yeah.
And they premiered it, where did
The Toronto Film Festival.
Right.
Yeah.
And it did well, right? I mean,
It did well.
Yeah.
And now it's coming out. It's coming out in theaters August 14th, worldwide,
Oh, wow.
all around the world. So other countries too. I don't know the list, but not just
All of them.
Not just here.
All of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So exciting.
It's
I mean,
really
it's so
exciting.
hard getting things made,
Oh my gosh.
as you know.
Yeah. But on a personal level, it's especially special to us because Lee was writing this movie during my breast cancer treatment.
Right.
So he was sitting in a chair in the living room writing this movie, and I was sitting in the other chair in the living room convalescing. And we were all in the house together during that time. It was a little bit like our own personal COVID, like our own personal lockdown, our family. We were very locked down because if people don't know, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2023, and I had surgery, and I did chemo, and I did a year of immunotherapy and radiation and all the things. And that was, that was a year that we felt a little bit like we lost 2024. Like that's all we did as a family was like, get me well.
Right.
And so then when the movie was greenlit, it was like I wasn't even quite done with treatment. I still had another immunotherapy to go, infusion, and Lee had already left to start pre-production on the movie.
Yeah.
And I got my port removed 2 weeks before the whole family flew to meet him in Oklahoma City to be in this movie. And he said to me, I would love for you to play Jody. Do you think do you have it in you? Like, because cancer treatment is not just the treatment, that there's then the recovery from the treatment. So I had just finished all of the treatment, and then recovery has been its whole own journey. And I said, no, I want to do it. And I had this kind of like I had this heaviness in me from that year, both metaphorically and physically.
And if you don't want to answer this question, that's too weird for me to answer, totally. But as a parent, being confronted like with something so scary as cancer, how do you even, I don't know, begin to like, how do you put on that armor to get through that? And obviously you have to get better and you need to put your head down and do those things for not only yourself, but your family.
Yeah.
But I just, as a newer parent now, I think so much about like, my biggest fear is leaving my kids.
Of course.
And not being there for them. And I know I'd be able to do it and I would be able to put my head down and get through it, but I mean, I almost want to cry thinking about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got to be incredibly overwhelming.
Yeah, I mean, the first thought after getting the diagnosis was, how are we explaining this to the kids?
Yeah.
You know, how do you navigate that? And we waited until we knew my treatment plan. We waited until we had all the information. Because right after the diagnosis, all they tell you is, we found cancer. But they don't know the stage. They don't know, there's like a grade that tells them how quickly it's growing. There's a whole treatment plan, and you have to wait. You have to get all the doctors, and then all the doctors have to weigh in, and you have to pick your things, and there's so many decisions, and genetic testing, and all these things, and that took time. And during that time, we really told nobody. I told Angela, and I told Christina Applegate, who was my longtime friend. But that's it. And then I didn't tell my parents. I waited until I knew what it was going to be, because then I could sit down with them and I could say, here's, you know, Mom has breast cancer, and here's what we're going to do about it. Because for us, the scariest, hardest time was that time between diagnosis and what are we going to do about
why
it.
Include those people in that, yeah.
Yeah. So and that turned out to be a good strategy for us.
That's a really good piece of advice, actually, that I'm sure is very helpful. I'm sure you shared that with other people. But, I mean, that's something I wouldn't... Because, I mean, my impetus would be to seek support from everyone.
Yeah.
And I, you know, did it feel like there was pressure behind discussing it?
No. And when I got my diagnosis, of course, the first thing I did was Google every story I could find of other women. And so every woman who shared before me, and it will make me emotional, and I don't just mean celebrities, I mean every cancer patient who's written a blog about their experience, I read them. Every person who shared brought me comfort and made me feel like I could survive. When I was in the hospital pre-chemo treatment, there was a nurse practitioner who came in, and I must have looked scared. And she pulled up her arm, and she had a like a pink ribbon tattoo. And she said, I did it too. And she said, and I'm still on tamoxifen right now. I just had a hot flash. And it blew my mind. I couldn't believe that she was just in the world.
Yeah.
Just like doing her job with hair, on tamoxifen, you know, thriving. And it just gave me such hope. And so when I shared, I just hoped that I could be that to someone else who was at the beginning of their journey. And that's why I released my exact diagnosis, because I just thought that might be helpful for people too. And it's why I don't mind talking about it, because that is how I got through it, was the women who came before me helping me. And so that's what I try to do.
Isn't it amazing when you live such a full life and like you still learn like those moments hit you in that way?
Yeah. So wise.
Yeah.
It's like, that's great. That's great.
Yeah.
I know.
And also like in a bizarre way, like such a blessing that you wouldn't have received had you not had the experience that you had.
Yeah, there are many blessings that have come from this experience. Like many. And intimacy with my family, with my husband, from going through this, a way that we're even more deeply connected than before. There's definitely a very strong before and after. I think there's a lot of before and afters in a life.
Justin always talks about that before
Yes.
cancer and after cancer.
Yes.
Well, I adore you. I'm so happy we did this, and
Thank you.
I'm thrilled to see you.
Yes.
This was an incredible recommendation.
Now you know about this special
Now I know.
lasagna. And the next time I bring my parents here, I'll let you know so that you can get a table nearby so they can finally see another celebrity here.
Finally. This place is still hot.
Exactly.
They still got it. Yeah, for sure.
This episode of Dinners on Me was recorded at Ca del Sol in Toluca Lake, Los Angeles. Next week on Dinners on Me, you know her as Queen Charlotte in Bridgerton. It's Golda Rochevelle. We'll talk about how being an ex-athlete and also dyslexic has changed her approach to preparation as an actor and navigating fame post-Bridgerton.